Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. This is a 2003 Craftsman. I had got this in a package deal, 11 for $170. I was not able to mess with this one initially to do an assessment because the safety brake cable was frozen in the open position. I tried to free it with a little acetone transmission fluid mix, but this thing is just too far gone. As you can see, all the rust here. This thing sat outside. Rainwater gets in here and causes this cable to rust, and it'll barely move, or in this case, it's not moving whatsoever. I did put a pair of channel locks on it to pull it in one direction, trying to break it free, and now I can't get it to go back the other way. This thing is shot. So I threw another one on out of my stash of cables. So let's go through some part numbers. The cable part number is 156581. And that cable's a little longer than some of them I use because the cable starts on the opposite side of the handle, comes across the handle into this left side of the machine. So it is a little bit longer than some of the other ones. So let me give you a model number and production date and the Craftsman model number. This is the model number of the engine number. Production date of the engine is 2003, 8th month, 22nd day. And this is the Craftsman model number if you want to look it up. It's got the 625 Quantum style, 22-inch front-wheel drive. This thing here had no crankcase oil in it. I went ahead and threw some junk oil in it just to get it going. I pressure washed it. I had just fixed a pressure washer from a non-profit. I ended up changing the plug out to cure the running issue, and I did my sidewalk. I decided to blast this thing off. So we got some flaky paint here on the deck. That's why I'm giving it a one turd. The high pressure ended up blasting up some of the paint here. It just peeled back. But I don't see any rust through holes. It's just surface rust. So like I said, I threw some junk oil in this thing just to get it to start. I got it at the high mark. So I got fresh fuel. Let me bring you to the other side. Let's look at the carburetor. This thing here, I noticed when I got it, the looked like the backing plate for the air filter's new. You can see the red primer bulb. Looks like it just came out of a box. So somebody's been messing with this thing. The carburetor's the original one. It has some grease on it, but that backing plate looks like it's been changed out. So just looking in the throat of the carburetor, I can see some brown syrup. Probably the remnants of some old fuel. So the carburetor might be gummed up. We may not have success. But I'm going to go ahead and put some fuel in anyway. If you're looking for one of these blue paper filters, 491588, S is in Sam, or you can drop the S. 491588 is also a part number that's used. 491588 Sam or Sierra for you private pilots out there. So I'm going to leave this off for a minute. We may have to happy juice it. Let's throw some fresh fuel in this. But before we do, let's tip this thing over. If we don't have any fuel, it'll be easy to tip over. I won't spill any fuel. Let's see what this thing looks like on the underside. I sandblasted water blasted under here as well. Considerable amount of surface rust. This thing's been around a couple of days. Blade is bent. This side here is severely bent. You can see it right here. Somebody's hit something with this thing. Watch this tip pass by this location and you'll see the difference. This one here is nice and flat this side. Look how this side's curved way down. So that's not good. We may be looking at keyway issues, which will be unfortunate. Let's fuel it and see what we can do. Which would be a reason somebody parked it non-running. They let it sit outside because it wouldn't start, or hard starting. So if they went to the trouble of putting a blacking plate on here, they must have got this thing going. Priming system's working good. Primed it a few times. It's really shooting up some fuel into the throat, so we should be able to start this. You could hear that blade just banging away. So it did start and stall, indicative of dirty carburetor. But that blade's really banging like heck. HE double hockey sticks. This thing's banging. I've got some of these Craftsman 22-inch blades. with the single round hole, so I'll be able to throw another blade on this. Okay, rough. Sounds rough, a little smoky, which I'm not worried about. Going to do it one more time, and I'm going to hold the front wheel drive handle down, see if we got action here. You guys can tell me what's happening. So probably after they hit something, they heard all that noise and panicked. So sounds terrible, but it can be rectified. I just pulled the plug wire. It's got one of those shitty E3 plugs on it, which I'll get rid of and put a champion. I'm going to turn this thing over and see if the blade's hitting something. It just sounded really loud, or if it's just the imbalance giving it that loud noise. That's what the issue is. The bolt's loose. It's not even tight, so when you're starting it, you're getting this rattle from the loose bolt. Let me grab an open end and take this thing off. I'll bring it up to you and show you. Okay, we got a cracked washer here. That's cracked. The two stubbies on the adapter aren't broken off. Those are still on. Usually I see these things get snapped off if a large object has been hit. The blade will snap these right off and you'll have a flush adapter. It's too bad. There's a lot of meat still left on this. I would have been able to put an edge on it, but this thing is toast. It's going to make a good anchor. So here's a part number 141443, it looks like, 22-inch. Let me get a brush. I used a little bit of sandpaper. 141443 is your part number for the Craftsman blade. So this was back for the dummies in 2003. Grass side, they even put it on here. So you wouldn't put this thing on backwards, which I get them from time to time. They're put on wrong. So this 22-inch blade, 141443. If you go ahead and Google that, there'll probably be numbers that supersede this. There's probably 5 different numbers now for this 22-inch blade. Single hole with the 2 holes for the adapter keepers. So like I said, I got a 10-pack of these. If you buy 10 or more, you get a discount. Also, I got a tip from one of my viewers a while back. I appreciate it. Lowe's is getting rid of some of these older blades. This is an older style blade. They've gone to bow tie style now, bow tie. So they're getting rid of all these older Craftsman style blades. So I think I got 19 blades. 10 that were the 22s and 9 that were the 21s. And I think I paid between $4.97 and $5 something each. So that's a huge savings for you guys that do this a lot. So I'll be using those in upcoming projects, and saves me money from having to buy from a supplier. I can get them probably for 10 to 12 bucks if I buy them in bulk. So just a little bit of money savings there by buying the Lowe's liquidated blades. So that's about all I got for you guys. Well, you could tell this thing's old. It's got the half-inch drive oil plug here at the bottom. They eliminated that on the newer machines. You got to turn them on the side to drain the oil. This is an old school mower. When you can drain it from the bottom, this thing's ancient. Kicked you in the leg. So some surface rust, like I showed you earlier. I may try to find some silver paint to touch that up. Missing one hubcap on the other side. Front hubcap on the left side's missing, which I don't give a crap about. Doesn't affect performance at all. So we know where we're at with this blade change. And carburetor clean. Start and stall. I could see the gumminess in the throat of the carburetor. So right there visually I could see that this thing needs to be cleaned. You guys have a good day today. Thanks for coming out looking at this 2003 beast. Once again, if you've got a similar machine, you need the cable number. And this is the model number if you've got to order parts, the Craftsman number. If you need engine parts, there you go. Continue to have a nice day. Be nice to your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. As far as marketing this thing, maybe I'll do $130 to $150. 130 at the minimum, just because it's self-propelled and I'm putting a new blade on it. Have a good day today.